All right, everybody, welcome back to the Beans No Ball podcast. This here is the second edition of our Sunday morning chat, being the Week 5 edition. Let's get started.
So yeah, just like last week, sorry, my voice is gone, so excuse me for that. But we're gonna go over the same thing as last week's mini episode. We're gonna go over some news going around the NFL, our cash and trash players of the week, and some fantasy updates. No guest start today, so this episode's gonna be cut a little short. So first we'll let's go over so that Thursday night game, extremely horrible, man.
Yeah, good thing we were out and didn't even have to watch it, but
I know.
that was something 9-9 going into overtime. Obviously I'm gonna have to go into the highlights to see what we're gonna talk about next week. But man, that was something. For the most part, leave that for the next episode, obviously. But yeah, we'll get into it later. And just more things. I guess about the Broncos. It did recently just come out that Russell Wilson did have to have a procedure on his shoulder. He won't miss any time. Yeah, he's not gonna have to miss any time. Obviously, he'll be fine. But just already how he's going, who knows, that might even affect him even more. It looks like the rest of the Broncos are like already pretty tired of him. You've seen the looks he's getting. So let's just see how he keeps going there.
Yeah, another thing too. Najee, I think it was Najee Hines, right? He looked a little like Tua the other week. Same thing with Tua. I think he had a concussion too. Hopefully, the coach medical staff doesn't like.
A little better than the Dolphins, yeah.
Dude, I hope they do better than the Dolphins.
Off of that with Hines, the NFL is starting to.
They're going deep into it.
They want them to look more into. I think the Players Association was updating their concussion protocol, and they want the NFL to implement it more. So, for the player safety, obviously you want to see that, and that's basically all that's going around so far. The second London game of the year is going on right now. The Packers up 10-0. Caldwell sure ought to be happy about that, I guess.
I shouldn't. Aaron Jones is doing shit for me.
It's the first quarter.
I don't care.
I seriously doubt it's gonna be that bad. I got Saquon in here right now, and he only gave me like 1.5 so far.
Yeah, but that's the Giants.
Well, moving on from that, let's get into our cash or trash picks of the week. So, I guess you started off last week. I'll take a lead here real quick. This week we're gonna go ahead and do running backs. Obviously, we're gonna be switching position every week just to have some continuity between what we pick. But actually, before we do that, my mistake. Let's go over our picks from last week. So obviously, Christian, you took Patrick Mahomes to be your cash player. I took Jalen Hurts. You did take the win there as he got 23.36 points on fantasy. Yeah. Jalen Hurts only got me 15.96. So obviously you took an upper hand there. Congratulations. Then on top of that, you also got the trash pick right as Justin Fields had a really below average game as he has.
I wasn't expecting.
And Tannehill actually led the Titans to a win, which was something I wasn't expecting, but yeah. So still a mediocre game by him, but let's you got these picks. At least the first week. We'll see how we progress now. So obviously moving on, as I mentioned, we're going running backs this week. For me, my cash player of the week is going to be Austin Ekeler of the Los Angeles Chargers. I feel like this matchup with the Browns, I want to say they have this week, he's going to be going solid enough against that run defense that obviously they've been surprising, but they looked a little sluggish against the Falcons. So I'm thinking he's going to, pop off, have a real solid game. And for my trash player, I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey, which it may be a bold pick. I'm not sure exactly, but I want to go a little bold this week. Maybe he just gets slowed down. I don't remember who the Panthers are playing this week, but he has that tendency to just even with how explosive he is, he can be boom or bust. So we'll see. But I'm gonna trust my instinct that he's gonna have a down game this week.
Those are some solid picks, but. For my cash player of the week, I'm going to go Nick Chubb. I feel like Nick Chubb is like an obvious pick for this, especially how well he's been doing these past weeks. even with the Browns, struggling a bit this season so far. But I feel like Nick Chubb can have a big game today. It's kind of expected. My trash player, I think I'm going to go Chase Edmonds from the Dolphins. You really haven't been hearing anything about Chase Edmonds lately. I don't even know how well he's doing. That's all that I haven't been hearing about him. But I think that's my obvious pick too for my trash player of the week.
Yeah. So moving right along from that, we're going through it quick, but that's just how it's gonna be here when we have less to talk about. But we're gonna go ahead to the fantasy picks. I mean, our just a quick rundown of what we got on fantasy. We'll have them up on screen right now, and for my team, it's gonna be basically the exact same thing from last week. I don't think I'm changing anything, so I'll be back to the same thing. Stafford at quarterback, Henry and Saquon at running back. I think it was Tyreek and Mike Williams at receiver, David Njoku back at tight end, the Chiefs defense, and Daniel Carlson at my kicker. So hopefully I fare a little better than last week. Obviously, with how poor my Rams played, Stafford did not get me almost anything at all. Probably about the same that Matt Ryan got you this week. But I'm just hoping for a little better, because I mean I'm down to 1-3 now. I lost a tough game with Carvajal, so I mean that's it just always sucks to have to go down to him of all people. So yeah, I mean I guess go ahead and give your rundown for your fantasy team.
Well, I started QB. I'm Matt Ryan. I was too late to pick up backup. He's been horrendous. He got me 6.14 points. It was bad. I don't even know what to say anymore with Matt Ryan. Running backs, I got Clyde and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I got Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is playing right now in the London game against the Giants. I checked 10 minutes ago. He got me 0.7 so far, but like you said, it is barely first quarter in it, but I needed to get me at least a good 15, at least, man. I started him again. For my receivers, I have AJ Brown and Jay Jettis. I kind of expect some good games from them. They've been doing me good for fantasy these past weeks. Jay Jettis did go off in the game last week. AJ Brown so far has been phenomenal with the Eagles. My tight end, I have Mike Gesicki. Again, I was kind of a little late on tight ends too, so I wasn't able to pick up someone very well. But Mike Gesicki is a pretty good player for the Dolphins, so I hope they utilize him today. At my flex, I ended up putting I ended up putting Zeke on my flex just because I really didn't have anyone else to put. It was either Jim or Jarvis Landry, but Jarvis Landry, I think he's questionable and he's been doing these past weeks. My defense, I got my Cowboys defense this week. I feel like we can get some good pressures, get some good picks, against the Rams, especially the way they've been playing. So I'm for that. And then my kicker, both my kickers were out. Freaking Jake Elliott and Matt Prater, they were out. So I literally just picked up Will Lutz a little while ago. So,
which is a great pickup. I'm surprised.
Will Lutz isn't bad. So
that's a great pickup for a kicker.
I'm surprised he wasn't picked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my fantasy team. So, I'm 1-3, man. I took one dub and that's it. But I'm really bummed out about that. See what can happen. Maybe I can bounce back to playoffs.
I think you just I forgot to mention my flex. Obviously, it would have been up earlier, but my flex is Devin Singletary. I've had enough with Allen Robinson. Stafford's not going to throw to him. I think I've kind of just accepted that. So yeah, I swapped him out for Singletary this week. He
targets him one.
Yeah, he targets him once or twice a game, and
then
the one or two catches he does get, he'll either just catches. He'll catch a couple, but he trips a lot. There's just a lot that goes on with Allen Robinson that I had so much hype for him going into this year, but obviously I'm gonna root for him to pick it up every week. I'm still gonna be one of his best supporters, but it's just looking bleak little by little, and that's why I had to bench him this week. So since it was a little short, let's give a little just a little extra tidbit for you guys. Obviously, the matchup of the season for the two of us, we got the Cowboys at the Rams at SoFi Stadium.
I couldn't go to the game.
Let's give some final thoughts going into our big matchup, Christian.
I kind of have some confidence coming into this game. From the way the Rams have been struggling, especially after that Niner game last week. It was Monday, right?
Monday night, yeah.
Yes, Monday, yeah. The way Stafford just have been playing, you've seen him. He's always trying to look for Kupp, even when he's not open. He has Allen Robinson on the other side lined up. That defense, Jalen Ramsey's been iffy lately. So hasn't been doing too well. I kind of have hope that CeeDee Lamb will go off. My defense, I'm not too much worried about my defense. I'm just so much worried for Kupp. See how much he's going to get open. I hope Trayvon has another lockdown game against them. Finally prove everyone wrong. I'm kind of having high hope right now for Cooper Rush and Micah Parsons. So I feel like those are going to be my two players of the game. I hope Kellen Moore utilizes the run game a lot with Zeke and Pollard, the 1-2 punch, sharing snaps like they did against the Giants. That was very, very good, especially since the Rams' rush defense is bad. So I kind of have high confidence coming into this game, and I feel like we can walk away with this victory.
Yeah, obviously, from the start when we had said we're not going to agree on this, there's no way. So, to me, it's like I said last week about when we were talking about this. Everything you say is like basically on point. It's just we're struggling. We're not looking good when we face a good opponent. But to me, I still have to be confident that McVay does start innovating. Obviously, he hasn't been doing that throughout the whole season. Surprisingly, he's usually so good at that. But I'm hoping this is just a little rough patch, like when we slid those, I think 3 games in a row last year against the Packers, Titans, and Niners. So if we could just get back on track, hopefully a win against a decent opponent like the Cowboys can get us going, wake up the offense realistically. Because the defense, I'm honestly really really happy with. Because sure, it's nothing like that really like in your face or none of that, but they're maintaining decent teams for the most part. Obviously, like I was mentioning, they held the Niners to 17 points, and Jimmy G always has a really good game against us, and he was maintained for the most part. Obviously, no turnovers, but it's still. I liked what I saw. Obviously, Ramsey didn't have a bad game aside from that missed tackle, but I still expect him to lock down whoever he's on. I'm guessing it's going to be CeeDee, but to me, I expect him to. He'll probably get burned once because he always just does, and he'll have the tendency to have that one ugly play every game. But I'd like to see him get a pick. It's he has done pretty good against the Cowboys, as you remember that opening Sunday night game a couple years ago. Wasn't a PI, I'll tell you that. It wasn't a PI on Gallup.
It was not a PI.
It was on Gallup.
You know that. You literally admitted to it. Don't start it up right now. You literally admitted to it.
A win's a win. I'll take the win. A win's a win. But apart from that, it's just gonna come down to how well Stafford can spread out the ball, because obviously that's been the main downfall for this team throughout this the early going of this year. It doesn't even have to be to Robinson, as long as you could. Skoranek is slowly looking like a dark horse in this offense. Sure, I prefer to see him like stay in the fullback role, but if his hands are slowly improving, also like Tutu Atwell, his hands were pretty awful last season, but he's getting up there little by little. So just spread it out. They need to be smart with what they're doing. Obviously, we're facing a really good Cowboys defense. Parsons is obviously going to be in Stafford's face, and I think we're down 2 of our starting O-linemen tonight. So it's in the afternoon. So Stafford's gonna feel a lot of pressure. So it's probably gonna be a slow run game unless we get some sort of good blocking, which I'm not expecting. And then obviously Cam Akers, for whatever reason, just loves ignoring the holes and just going straight for to get tackled right away, and he'll get like 1 to 2 yards. So I don't know. I seem pessimistic. I kind of am, but I still got trust that we're gonna come out on top in the end.
With our differences, obviously, but
Of course.
I guess we gotta wait till 1:30.
Yeah, and all that being said, obviously, as we said, this is gonna be a shorter episode. This is just a quick chat for us Sunday mornings before all the action gets going. So that's basically gonna wrap it up for us. That's we'll see you guys next Wednesday, I believe. I'm expecting to get that out there. We'll try to keep our schedule going. I guess Christian signed us off right now.
Nothing else. This was really short. We couldn't get a guest on time. We didn't really plan it out. Hopefully we get a guest this week. Hopefully that's what I'm trying to go for. But as of right now, we're trying to keep it short and simple. Probably gonna be 4 to 7:30. We're tired, especially after last night, homecoming. But that pretty much wraps up.
Didn't get home till like about midnight-ish.
Yeah, I didn't come home till like 1.
Yeah.
But that pretty much wraps up Sunday Chat episode 2. Our second episode for Sunday Chat, and then we'll see you guys for the actual episode this week.